9 common mistakes to avoid when applying for a Schengen visa. Avoid these rookie mistakes to minimize the risk of returning to the back of the line. You have eventually booked the ideal vacation to Europe after months of waiting for a visa appointment. The last thing you never want is for your application to be refused because of a small detail that you might have probably unnoticed. Around 15% of all Schengen visa applications from all across the world are rejected because of increasingly common mistakes applicants make. There is no difference which European country you apply for. It can be Sweden, France, Germany, or Norway. All of them consider Schengen zone rules to issue visas, and every day they have cases rejected in which they stand to reason. In this video, I listed a number of reasons that all European representatives or consulates reject Schengen visa applications on them that are mainly based on common mistakes increasingly made in applications when applying for a Schengen visa. Everybody is welcome back. My name is Ahmad Reza, and here at Persia Global we help those who are in search of better opportunities to work, live or study abroad. In today's video, I'm going to share the most common mistakes that cause Schengen visa rejection. You can also find other videos in our channel with their links also added below our video that are specifically recorded for successful Schengen visa application, including key factors contributing to a positive Schengen visa acquisition. Number 1, booking flights before confirming your visa interview. European embassies are mostly experiencing backlog or a resource bottleneck, which is causing significant delays in visa appointments. Depending on your destination and where you apply, getting a visa appointment might take months. While you must present proof of travel when applying for a Schengen visa, travel agents advise that you buy your real tickets until after you have secured a visa appointment. Number 2, booking dummy tickets and accommodation. Travelers who are unsure of their arrangements often use third-party websites to get fully refundable accommodation and tickets, which they then cancel right away after getting confirmation voucher. What they don't realize is that nothing prevents visa officers from checking to see if the booking is still valid. Many applicants receive multiple rejections as a result of such dummy reservations in recent years. People have a bad habit of doing underhanded things like editing the ticket in a Word document or blocking air tickets without verified bookings on third-party websites. It is critical to check that your ticket is real and that your reservation is valid, or your visa will be denied and you could end up going to the back of the queue. Number 3, not booking a return ticket. A Schengen visa type C is only valid for 90 days and you must return within that time limit. A return ticket demonstrates that you will not overstay your visa, and failure to provide one will result in the denial of your visa application. Number 4, not providing an itinerary for the trip. You must apply for a visa for the country in which you will spend most of your time in that country. If you're unable to provide accommodation for each night in the Schengen area, as well as train or flight tickets or a vehicle rental booking for travel inside the zone, your visa application may be denied. Number 5, not giving accurate information about your sponsor. If you are being sponsored by a family member or a company or employer, you must provide this information on your visa application form. A letter of sponsorship will also be required from your sponsor. If a family member is paying for your vacation, you must submit their financial statements, if your sponsor lives in Europe, they must submit supporting documentation such as an invitation letter, evidence of residence status, and their accommodation. Number 6, failure to provide a valid passport. Your passport must have been issued within the previous 10 years and be valid for at least 3 months beyond the day you want to exit the Schengen area. The consulate may break from this regulation in justifiable emergency instances, according to the VFS Global website, which is linked below our video for more information. Number 7, inadequate insurance coverage. Tourists are expected to have a minimum coverage of 30,000 euros on their visit. This insurance must cover all countries of the Schengen area for the duration of your stay. It should also cover any costs associated with medical repatriation, urgent healthcare, or emergency health treatment. A policy that doesn't address all of these needs may be rejected. Experts suggest a purchasing policy that extends 5 days before and after the date of your actual travel plans, as this allows you acceptable flexibility in case of a change in your travel plans. Number 8, failure to provide a valid letter of employment. A letter of employment supplied by your company should be issued within 3 months of the date of your application. It should have a letterhead with the company's address and contact information. A letter without a stamp and signature may indeed be rejected. Number 9, failing to provide credible proof of funds or inability to submit acceptable proof of funding is another issue you must consider before starting your application. The financial requirements of the Schengen countries vary. For example, if you're visiting France, you'll need 120 euros for each day of your stay if you don't have proof of prepaid accommodation. The amount is 65 euros if the applicant has a hotel reservation. A visit to Spain must have at least 100 euros every day and a total of 900 euros for the whole trip, regardless of the length of stay. A 5-day trip to Italy should cost 269.60 euros and a 6 to 10-day trip should cost 44.93 euros. Check into the country's criteria ahead of time and make sure you have enough money to cover your travel expenses. You can submit a 3-month bank statement, pay stubs, or your credit card statement. Keep in mind that your financial statement should not be more than a month old from the date of your application. We suggest you to accumulate your balance over a 6-month period rather than having a third party wiring money into your account a few days before your appointment. This is an important red flag and will almost certainly result in your visa being denied. If you're traveling alone, having proper paperwork, whether in your name or your parents' name, might be very handy. It ensures the visa officer that you will return to your country. There are also some other reasons that can risk your Schengen visa application, like failing to submit the right documents, applying for the wrong visa, submitting contradictory documents, not giving yourself enough time, and not preparing for your Schengen visa interview. Applying for a Schengen visa without the assistance of an expert might cost you the acceptance of your visa, resulting in the cancellation of your travel plans and dream vacation to Europe. We know that nothing beats getting your visa accepted and traveling to Europe. However, having your visa refused would be discouraging. So follow the advice and check common mistakes you may have by watching our video to avoid making the same mistakes that might lead to your visa refusal. We usually recommend that our community members schedule their embassy appointment at least 3 weeks before their departure date and begin collecting their paperwork 2 months before the date of their visa interview. If you don't prepare for the interview in advance, so that you can deliver honest and clear answers no matter what the visa officer throws at you. You risk jeopardizing your whole visa application even if you have found adequate supporting documentation. As a result, we recommend that you practice typical interview questions ahead of time. As I said, nothing can get you more excited than getting your visa accepted and traveling to some of Europe's most beautiful countries. Yet getting your visa refused would be a sad scenario. Therefore, if you want your Schengen visa application to be successful, you can also locate other valuable videos in Persio Global channel and subscribe to find out what the next step is in filing a successful application. You can ask your question in comment sections below our video. I hope this video could help you on your journey. Our today's quote comes from Jodi Picoult, American author of My Sister's Keeper. She says, the human capacity for a burden is like bamboo, far more flexible than you'd ever believe at first glance. Thanks for watching. As always, pin all your hopes always in God. You will never be pinned down by man. Until next video, over and out.